studies are showing modern women want children less than modern men. So you have a plethora of men trying to keep their bloodline going, and women are now being coerced into not wanting kids and not wanting families. I think the stat even said by 2030, like 45% of women that are like basically in their prime ages will be single and childless. So damn near 50% of the population of women your age all the way up to maybe like 30 are going to be single and childless, which is that is the prime years for you to have a kid. 18 to 25, 18 to 30, them is the prime years for you to have a kid. Fact. So half of the females are going to be childless. Yeah. So what is that going to do for men that's looking for wives?
A lot of that shit.
It's ugly.
I just think a lot of that shit is coming from because the way the relationships is nowadays. Nobody really give a fuck. Nobody be having real relationships out here.
I think
everybody be doing what they doing, so it's like, man, fuck all that. I might as well be single and live my best life.
But how do you stop the dysfunction in the community? Families. Yeah. Two-parent households, strong nuclear families. So if we don't have that, how does our communities get better?
We talk about this all the time about how the feminist movement was a psyop to make women work, obviously to take them out of being more, I guess you could say, feminine, because when you really do think about it, because it says here in this study that 57% of young men say they want children one day, whereas only 43% of young women say they want it. So I think now women are more focused on, gaining success, and getting their finances in order, things of that nature, instead of having a family. And that is due to, I think, the feminists. I don't think we've really seen even how far it's going to trickle down as of yet. You get what I'm saying? Because women are, I feel like, just now starting to come into really being shakers and movers within society. So we don't even know the full ramifications of it, but that's definitely what caused it. You feel what I'm saying? You got more people working, more people to tax. You know what it is. It's the same shit.
They want the social media lifestyle, which is not necessarily real for everybody. Everybody think everybody's life is a highlight reel. So this is the lifestyle that they're chasing, really, when it's just in a damn illusion. So they're not caring about the family because they feel like they want to be glamorous, take trips, be doing certain shit. And now they're looking for that lifestyle versus back then the family was promoted. Even in the TV shows, from the Cosbys to all them people back in the day, family was a big promoting thing of keeping things together. Now you got just, hey, I'm on a trip. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You out here, they rather be ratchet. You feel me?
But that's back to the TV show thing. When you saw black people on TV, at one point, family was highlighted. Man, woman, child. And that was being programmed into the brains of young black men and women who are watching television. Family, family, family. Now we watch TV, what we see? Drunk, ratchet bitches. That's the number one. You know what I'm saying?
What's that song I just heard? The fuck my baby daddy. Weird shit like that.
Like, how you feel about that? It's like every young woman I know now is trying to audition for the baddie show. They want to be on the baddies.
When I tell people that, like, I'm not into that stuff, they seem genuinely surprised. Like, when they find out I don't listen to Sexy Red, I don't listen to Meg Thee Stallion, I don't listen to Ice Spice, none of those like female rappers, people are surprised. And I'm like, is it really that common? Like, among like girls to really like, like fuck with this shit? Like, I don't really fuck with it. I don't like what they promote. And like a lot of people, like you said, like they're looking up to these social media lifestyles. So when you see someone on social media like portraying that, you're looking up to them and you're like, I want to do that shit. So you start agreeing with the shit that they say and do. You start living that type of lifestyle. It's so interesting too because Ice Spice came out with a song like not that long ago. She's a beautiful girl, but the things that she raps about, I just don't agree with. Right? And she, in one of her songs, she's like, what is she saying? Something about how, like, she'll take some girl's man, right? And then I have all these homegirls, like, singing that. But I'm like, I know you in real life. And if a girl took your man, like, you finna be pissed off. But you over here rapping these girls' lyrics and you're making her more famous and you're supporting her when you don't even morally, like, really agree with that. It's just, like, weird and it's contradicting, but...
For me, it's nothing wrong with liking the music. I think it's able to separate yourself from the music and your real reality.
But I don't feel like a lot of women are able to do that.
I agree, but that's the difference. What I'm saying is that people start to emulate that and they think they're going to become like this person. And a lot of those people that make this music don't even actually live
that lifestyle.
Yeah, so they're thinking they're trying to die hard, live the script that they're seeing with these in these videos. you thinking that's gonna be you, and really you just gonna make yourself look stupid at the end of the day.
Yeah,
we
for
got to
real.
get the strong black families back together. But like I said, I'm noticing the more young women I talk to, they all have that mindset that you described of families on the back burner, husbands on the back burner, kids back burner. The only thing that matters, career. And I just, if anybody has worked a job or a career, I cannot for the life of me fathom why the fuck you would want to be in this rat race when you could have somebody take you out of the rat race, where you could focus on more natural things and get closer to what we were naturally put on
Here
earth
to
for.
do,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you in such a rush to be a part of the rat race? Why do you want to sit in traffic? Why do you want to go to work and have to be somebody that you're not? Why do you want to go to work and take orders from somebody you don't even like and pretend to like your coworkers? Why do you want to be taxed by the government forcefully? I don't understand it. Why do you want to have to go to work, punch in, ask when you can take a break, ask when you can go to the restroom, only have 30 minutes to eat, 10 minutes to go piss and shit and talk on the phone? Like, that's not a glamorous lifestyle.
Yeah.
Anybody that's in it is dying to get out of it and trying to figure out a way out of it. But we got women saying, this is what fuels my life, to be a part of that.
Well, I think
It's crazy to me.
I think a part that we leave out when we speak about the disdain or the change in what women are doing is the generation before us and what they went through. I feel like, you know, a lot of women from that generation, and men as well, I'm sure they went through their hardships in their relationships and it created trauma. But especially for the women, at least that's what they talk about a lot. You hear a lot of older women talk about that. That's why they put so much emphasis on the younger women having careers, because they speak on the horror stories of men taking advantage or you know, whatever the case is. But to me, it's one of those things where there's a mix of that, and then it's like that, and also the suburban kid who ain't never been in the streets fascinated with it. So you just want to go over there. To you, life here is so boring and lame. Let me go over here. Same thing with women now. I feel like it's like, I'm tired of staying at home and cooking and cleaning. I want to go work until you go work, and then you find out it ain't all what it's cracked up to be. So
Let
I
me
think
ask
it's a
you
mix of
this,
both.
to that point you just made, because I always sit back and ponder about that, right? They say an unchecked lie becomes the truth. Now, in the era of podcasts, we done seen women after women after women come on podcasts, and it's like the stories that we heard that were like these myths from our grandmas and the abuse they got, we come to find out it's all bullshit. It's just how women interpret things, and then as you break it down, it's never what it seemed. So now that gets me to believe these horror stories weren't really that horrible.
And you could-
just how bro, I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah.
Just how bro said, well, what's aggression? Because just a man talking stern to a woman, some women will break down and cry. But this is just a man talking with masculinity in his voice. But to her, when she go run and tell her story, oh, he was overly aggressive and abusive and verbally abusive. Now, if nobody questioned it, we gonna take that for face value. So was Granny really abused, or was this just women just misinterpreting masculinity the way it is now?
That's exactly what I'm really trying to say, is that that's what the younger generation is hearing, and that's why I made the point of the suburban kid, you know, not knowing the other side of life, but you're only as aware as what your surroundings are. So to you, that's the worst thing in the world. You feel me? Until you go and experience something else that's worse than that. So I feel like that is the position that women are speaking from. We were in the house, we had to cook, we had to clean. This shit was terrible. He came home, did whatever. He had a mistress on the side, blah, 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 blah. Right? Don't do it. Don't do it. Then the girls today are doing the opposite, and then they're still not fulfilled. So now they're like, damn, let me maybe try to go back to what you had. So I feel like it is what you're saying, is women that are speaking from a position of just wanting to try something new, or maybe not even being grateful for what they had at the time that they had it.
I just look at it. I just think at the era we in, the motives for relationships, the intentions behind relationships are extremely different. Back then, them 30, 40-year relationships was based off love. The bag has now replaced that component in relationships, depending on who you are and where you at mentally. You might got some people that's mentally there, spiritually there, but no people are really looking past the five senses. If you look like you got this and you might got a few ends, then they're gonna love you for that. It's not about what this man is internally no more. And I think that's where a lot of women are going wrong. And this is why we see so much of fucked up relationships and things not lasting. When them dudes was going to work them regular jobs, even though the rent fluctuation was different versus how much they make, the woman was there through thick and thin because of the man that they was in love with, not just because of how much ends he made. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. I look at it in life nowadays. These younger women and even women that's kind of older now, they're not looking for that. They're looking for a security, and they say security, they're looking for a secure bag. Secure the bag. If that nigga got the money, secure him, you gonna be straight. They don't give a damn. Well, I can learn to love him or do this and that. And if not, they gonna go do what the fuck they want to do anyway. So I think that's the difference of so-called love and whatever the bag is now. If you ain't got it, then it's gonna be ugly for you. For the most part.
I think it's classic case of thinking the grass is greener on the other side. You had a whole generation of women who, when they did not have to work, they painted it to be so miserable. Oh, I want to go work. I want to go be a part of the rat race. I want to be independent. He controls the finance, this and that. Now you have women living that, and they see how horrible it is. They want to go back to what they had. Right. So you got women on both sides of the fence, both saying it's miserable on this side. Really, you just looking at the other side and it look green from afar. Then you get over there, you like, oh, hell no. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I'm saying a lot of those horror stories that you hear, which were fueled by the movie The Color Purple, which is why I never support that bullshit.
Color Purple.
Yeah, painted us to be these villains when it wasn't us. You know what I'm saying? It really was you know who, but you have women who weren't working, dying to work. It's miserable at home. You have women that are working now, dying to be at home. It's everybody just want what they don't have. That's just all it is. Nobody's satisfied with what they have. That's literally just all it is.